Why do 90% of top developers swear by this roadmap? Stick around to find out. Hey there, aspiring developers. If you're dreaming of building eye-catching websites and interactive web apps, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll break down everything you need to know to become a front-end pro in 2025. First up, we'll start with the basics: HTML5 and CSS3. These are your bread and butter for creating the structure and style of your web pages. Then we'll dive into JavaScript fundamentals. Learn how to bring your sites to life with dynamic content and cool effects. Next, we'll explore DOM manipulation. Think of it as your magic wand for transforming web pages on the fly. But wait, there's more. We'll jump into modern front-end frameworks like React.js, master components, props, state, hooks, and routing to create real-world scalable projects. Whether you're just starting out or leveling up your skills, this roadmap has got you covered. Ready to code your future? Let's get started.
So this is the stage 1 fundamentals. Here we have HTML5, which is hypertext markup language, CSS3, cascading style sheets, JavaScript. Then we can go to HTML5, the first language that you need to learn to begin your front-end journey. HTML5 stands for hypertext markup language. This is standard markup language which is used to create the structure and content of web pages. You can consider the HTML5 as a skeleton of a human body. The main the bones that the skeleton structure is there now. So that is nothing but the HTML5. So here you can see this is the basic structure. You can see here the doc type HTML. This mentions that the document type is HTML, and we have the major HTML index lines. Then we have the head tag where we add our meta elements, and as well as we will add our title tag for the website. Then we have the body tag, inside which we will write all the HTML5 code that will be displayed in the browser, and we will end it with an HTML closing tag. So this is the core HTML tags that we have. First we have the heading tags. The heading tags start from h1 to h6, and these heading tags will reduce in size as we go from lower to higher. That is from h1. H1 is the largest heading tag we have, and h6 is the smallest heading tag we have. The font size will be reduced for each and every heading tag that we have. That is for the h1 tag, h2 tag, h3 tag, h4, h5 and h6. Total 6 heading tags are available. And then we have the paragraph tag. So we use the paragraph tag whenever we want to write more content that you want to add, more lines of information that you want to add, then you can go for the paragraph tag. Then we have the anchor tag. So you can see here we can use the anchor tag. We have an attribute that is href, which will be used for referencing to any website or any page that you want to redirect. Whenever you want to click on that anchor tag, you can add that in this href argument that is provided here for the anchor tag. Here you can see I have added www.google.com. So whenever you click on this anchor tag, you will be moved to this particular location. So you can add any website URL here in the href section, which will be used to redirect to that particular page. Then we have the image tag, and you can see image tag is self-closing tag. You can see the remain tags like anchor tag, paragraph tag or heading tag. They have both starting and ending tags. But for the image tag, it is a self-closing tag. You can see we don't have extra image tag, that is the ending image tag will not be available here. And we have two attributes here. You can see one is the source, which will be used to link your image that you want to add. Here you can see I have added the logo.png. And alt tag is that whenever the image doesn't display in the website and you want to mention to the user that okay, so in this place we have an image, and that image is nothing but the logo, you can mention in the alt in the image tag. Then we have the list elements. In the list we have two. One is the unordered list, and the second one is the ordered list. Unordered list has a list item, say similar to that. Or ordered list also has a list item. Here the list item is the one where we mention what are the attributes and what are the duties that you want to add in the list. Like you can mention your 5 favorite hobbies that you have. You can mention one after the another in the list item tag. The difference between unordered list and ordered list is that in the unordered list you will be having like star marks or the arrow marks. You can see it like similar way. Here you can see it, heading, paragraph, anchor tags have the arrow marks, right? In such a format, only we'll get in the unordered list. But in the order list, we'll get in the format like numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In an ordered manner, we will also get ABCD also, which is nothing but the ordered list. Then you can go to form. Just one second. You can go to form. Form is one of the important topic in the HTML5. Definitely try to learn it. It will be used for login and registration forms that you have, or any forms that you want to fill by the user. You can use this form element that is available in the HTML5 structure. So it is one of the major topics that are there in the HTML file. So you can see this is the structure of the entire form and all the details, all the inputs that you can give in the form element. First is the label one. You can see the label. Label is nothing but the name that you want to give to any input that you are going to give in the form, right? So like name. Name is the label that I have given, and for that name, I'm giving an input. You can see input tag is a self-closing tag here, and I'm adding the type. The type is nothing but the text, email, or submit. Anything you can have. There are a lot more types that are available for the form element. So here I'm using label as name, right? So name is nothing but text. So I'm gonna use for the input type text. So what it will do that it will create a input box which only accepts the text element. So only it will accept the words that we're going to enter. And if you mention email, and if you don't, if you mention email, then it will consider the input data to be an email. And for email, what is the major thing is that at the date gmail.com or email.com is mandatory for any email, right? So it's gonna validate that. That is the importance of using a type. So it will automatically validate. You don't have to write another JavaScript code and check whether the user has entered the correct email or not. So it is one of the best things that is there in the HTML5 input tag, that is to add type function that we have here. That is, it can be a text, email, or submit. Then we have text area. So whenever you want to give the user to write a message or a paragraph of information that you want the user to write, then you can use the text area and you can mention the number of rows or columns that you want to provide to the user, so that you can write, so that we can get an enlarged box area where the user can showcase the information, or where the user can type the information. Then we have the select. You can see in lot of forms we have options, right? Yes or no options will be there, like do you live in India? Then we have options given below. One is yes and one is no. You can click on that. To create that option, we use select and option tags that are available in the form. So select, in that select, we will add as many options as you want. Here you can see I've added yes. You can also add another option where no, and these two options will be displayed to you in the main browser. So you can select the option either yes or no. So these are the main tags that are available in the form element. So form is one of the important topic in HTML5, and one of the most important topic for the front-end development, because you definitely need to have a login or registration form to your website, right? So it is one of the very important topics. Definitely try to learn it, and you can see all this information here only it is available. So the only thing is that you have to practice more, create more forms, use all the type functions that are available, all the attributes that we have, so that you can be able to master them. Multimedia elements in the HTML5. So multimedia is nothing but audio, video, and source. So these three tags are called as multimedia elements. So whenever you want to add audio element into the into the browser, then you have to use this audio tag. You can see audio is in the audio tag we have added controls. So what does this controls do? This controls is nothing but it is an attribute. By adding this attribute, we will get an pause button to the audio function that we have added. Just think that you have added an audio, that is music.mp3 is added to your website. So by adding the control, what will happen is that you will also get the control panel, like the pause button, stop button, or the volume up and down button that we have in the websites, right? So that will be added by adding the controls. So this is very important, that you need to add the control if you want to fast forward, or speed the data. Then you can add this control to the audio tag. You can see source src is that was source, where you have to mention the music name. Here you can see music.mp3. Then we have the video tag. It is similar to the audio tag controls. Then we have the source, that is app.mp4. Then we have the source tag. Source is nothing but whenever you can add multiple one. You can add a audio or you can also add a video. You just have to mention the type of the source only. So it will recognize, okay, this right now we are adding the source is app.mp4. So we are also mentioning type equal to video slash mp4. Okay. So this is a video element. So we have to by that the computer will be able to understand that, okay, here the person is adding a video, so I have to render it as a video element. So it is one of the important topics in the HTML file, because we add lot of videos, presentations in the website, right? So it is very important to know these things. Then we can go to the next topic, which is one of the major topics that we have in HTML5, which is table. Creation of table is very important in your website. It can be showcasing your education details, like which school you have studied, which year you have passed out, or which grade you got. So, and also your experience information like company name, what is your role, how much you got paid. So this information can be shown in your website, right? So table is one of the most important topics that are available in the HTML5. So here this is the code. This is the basic code that we have for the table. Then we have the table row. In the table row, we have the table head. So table headings are written as using the th, that is nothing but table heading. Then we can create. So why is there are two rows? You can see here the first row tr is nothing but the table row. We'll create the headings, like you can see here, name, age, country comes under the table row, first table row, where I'm adding the table head and I'm adding the table head names, that is name, age and country. Then we are creating another table row where I'm using td, which is nothing but table data. So whatever the name that I have, right, for that I want to add a data like Harry here. You can see Harry is the data that I want to add for the name element. So I can add it by using the table data tag that we have in the table concept. Here you can see this is the table data. Then I can mention age for that also, for also country also. You can just have to write here, right? Create another table data tag and write like age equal to 28. Then we can also write country for that Britain. You can see how the format is there here. Like if you mention that, you can see here, like if I mention table heading, right? In that place I mention name, age and country. So in the same format, you have to mention the data also, table data also. You have to mention the same format, because it will take line by line, right? So first one you have the name, and in the table data row you are writing the age, means it will be like wrong, right? Wrong information we are displaying. So you have to be very concentrated here. So whatever the heading scenario that you have used, the one after the another, the same way you have to enter the table data also. And in the table we have also had a grouping method. What is that grouping method? Is nothing but whenever we want to group any elements, then we have the main three grouping elements. One is the table head, which is where you can write the table headings. Table body, that is the table data that we can group by using the table body, t body. And table foot is nothing but the table footer that we want to add any information, like okay, this table consists the data details about particular so and so. You can use the table foot. So to group, use it for grouping all table elements, we use table head, table body, table foot. So it's one of the major topics in HTML5. So definitely try to learn it. This is one of the major topics. So the only thing is that you have to practice. So all the things I'm explaining here itself, you just have to take your VS Code or any code editor that you want to take, and just practice, because practice is the only thing that will help you to memorize the details, right? So next we have the semantic HTML5 elements. What is this semantic? Semantic means human and machine readable. So we can be able to understand the information at the same time. The machine can also understand what tags we are mentioning here. You can see header. So header is nothing but the topmost value of the any website, or the topmost place is nothing but the header. So it is one of the human understandable code, right? header. My site here I'm using as a my site is the name. Then we have the nav. Nav is nothing but the nav bar. Nav bar that we have at the top element. Then we have the section. For each and every section, in the website we have each and every section, right? Of the about me section. Then we have my education section. Then we have my work section. So that is done by using section tag. Then we have article. So article is nothing but blog post, or you want to add two more elements together, then you can use an article. Aside is nothing but the sidebar. You can see here the sidebar. Aside is nothing but the sidebar where you can mention the graphs, or you can mention the uh, time. You can have the quick links uh, like some information about your projects. You can add those links in the asset bar. Then we have the footer. Footer is the downmost part of the website where you add the links to your social media icons, or links to any website that you want to move, or privacy policy that you want to add. You can add in the footer element. And main is the main content, that is it will consist entire article sections. These asset, this all comes under main section. Okay, the semantic HTML5 elements are nothing but human and machine readable tags and elements are called as semantic HTML5 elements. Okay, next we can go to meta tags. So meta tags are nothing but one of the most important tags that we use in our website for majorly for SEO purposes, so that our website can be topped in the Google search, so that the users can be able to access our web page soon without any delay. So for that we use the meta tags. You can see first one is the character encoding, supports all languages, which we use for to mention that okay, our website is available in all languages and it can be easily decoded by the website web browser, and it can be displayed. Then we have the mobile responsive setting. So it is nothing but the setting that we use for viewport. Here we are mentioning using the content width is device width. So whatever the width of the device that you are using, right? Like you're using the laptop, you're using the mobile phone, so that width will be taken into consideration when we are viewing the website. That is done by using the mobile responsive setting that we have here. Then we have the title of the web page. So whenever we have to mention the title, right? So what we call our most of the website like personal portfolio website, or you can call our e-commerce website like tech e-commerce website. So you can mention that name here in the website title form, that is using the title tag. So these are the meta tags which are only be residing inside a head tag, head section in the HTML5 HTML5. So that ends the that ends the HTML5. You can see hypertext markup language is one of the standard markup language. You can also consider it as a skeleton of the website. So this is the basic structures, core elements we have gone through: form element, then multimedia elements, table creation, semantic HTML5 elements, meta tags. So these are all the major topics that you need to learn. These are the major topics that you have to master the HTML5. So just go through this tutorial once again and practice them in your VS Code or any code editor that you have. It will be more helpful for you because practice is the only thing that will make you remember most of these topics.